So, hi everyone, welcome to the Fucking Let's Go challenge. So I've ran this quite a few times before. I started off doing it in private Facebook groups and people absolutely loved it. It was actually a huge part of me coming out of my shell with sharing more of my work as well. And with the nature of being a high priestess, it's there's always more unraveling and there's always more that happens individually working with me. But basically, what I've always envisioned is homing in specifically doing it around the twin flame journey, but around the self love part. Because I've always left it open before that you can do it for whatever you want. Like you could do it for your, your work, your yeah, just any area of your life. And a lot of the time people have used it around their creativity and their work. And like I mean, it's better just watching what people have said themselves when I've had like chats with Soul Fam over the years, or when I share the written posts daily. Um, but I'm being guided because of the nature of the different themes that have come up with people that I spoke to before the end of last year, and during last year, and what has just been coming up lately with the few calls that I've had with people. I'm really feeling a strong push to put an emphasis on this being about um our blocks around like self-love and acceptance. So very much like, so again, those of you that aren't new to me will know the list, so sorry about that. But those of you that are new to me, the 144 as it reached 144, I'm all about like yeah, I'm all about self love and acceptance, and it's really quite interesting because long before realizing that I was actually a twin flame, I was always like reading books around this, and I had Louise Hay's book from like really young, um, and other surrounding books that are that are like that, in the surrounding meaning in that topic. So yeah, it really is my like an area of expertise for me. And like I always say, like in a lot of ways I have been my biggest case study for what does and what doesn't work in the area of self-love and acceptance and compassion as well. And again, with the nature of me having several different um struggles, but like I said, I call the things that I deal with my superpowers, like my dyslexia, my dyspraxia, my inattentive ADHD, and so I tend to attract a lot of other people that have similar difficulties like that. And like I said, I was just saying that to someone today. All of these words just don't resonate with me. All these things like learning, additional learning support and all this kind of, it's just all of these terms just I find them limiting themselves. So whatever you call it, you know what I'm saying, it does help. And yes, I know a lot of other people like me will say that, I don't like labels, but personally, from my own experience and helping like thousands of people now, definitely hundreds, with the similar difficulties, it does help to have an answer for why you struggle with certain things in day-to-day life. Because like I said, I was just saying that this to recently, like I can help people come out the darkest hole they've ever been in. Again, I'm a dark night of the soul teacher, I'm an ascension teacher, and I have been doing that for near enough 10 years, like long before it was cool to talk about dark night of soul and spiritual awakening. Um, and so by the way, I don't get, that's quite interesting because it's whether you see it as unlucky or I don't know, an omen for one of you. I don't get like texts too often because I'm a hermit. And also when I do, I can usually feel who it's going to be from. And also my phone's usually on silent. So sorry about that, but I'm going to keep going with this. Um, but I just feel it's going to be in the time, that I release this, which is in just a couple of days. Like I'm filming it on Saturday night. There could be some sort of, yeah, you could already be going. I feel that I could tap in. I feel this is for some of the people that you're already in communication, like specifically with your twin flame. That's my dad, like, but I'm just he's dropped something off. But so you might be doing some kind of father healing or something with me, yeah, with that connection there coming in, or it might be the masculine energy within you, regardless of whether you are the divine feminine or the divine masculine. And I'll just pause the video if my dad comes to the door actually. But yeah, so I just want to keep this brief. Day one, right, is all I want you to do is keeping in mind, if you've done it before, that I am being guided to have a bit of a structure to this that's about self-love and acceptance, because we've, no matter where you're at, we can always do better on this. Like I said, I've been in like unconditional love for myself, being able to look at the camera and say that now for years, for years now. But there was always a deeper level to it, and I speak about this all the time, pretty much every single time I'm on a live it comes up. But with the nature of, the twin flame journey being about coming into self-union, wait a minute. It's really funny. It's only 5 minutes, so I could absolutely just start again and do this, but I'm just going to keep it because it's real life and I'm very raw and real. Like, again, if you, I'm always like, I always want to say sorry, because if you're here all the time, you're part of Soul Family, you must know the things I'm about to say off by heart. I tweak it kind of, but but yeah, I'm very raw and real. Like, I'm literally like the highest degree of Aries need a nut. I'm like a few, I'm just off being 29 degrees of an Aries sun. So I am very kind of, it is all very kind of like that kind of energy. Do you know what I mean? So I keep it raw and real. Um, and that, oh yeah, I can kind of actually get why they've orchestrated that to happen, because I'm like, why, when this is only going to be like 10 minutes max, is like that happening now? Um, but it's actually, oh yeah, and actually it's about me receiving. Oh, see, there's something in that, because my mum had asked if I wanted spaghetti bolognese, and I was like, no, I'm going to make my own in a few days. She was like, well, you know what I mean? And it's about, so what? Like, yeah, I've got my food shop coming tomorrow and I'm going to make my own, but receive. And that is one of the examples I give quite a lot, even when I keep it open about, because again, you can use this for whatever you want, but I'm holding the group intention about doing it about self-love and acceptance, and anything around that, being more compassionate to yourself, because I've just identified, whether it's been with individual discovery calls or sessions with people. Again, I don't see a difference with them, because the discovery calls I do with people, they do end up being a session, no matter how short or usually long they are. But it's and on the live streams, I've just identified there is a real need for it. So and I've been excited for when I can sort of home in on this. So, because again, we can do it again and keep it open. So again, that's just my puts, but you can do what you want to do. So just to keep it simple, I don't want you to take any action today if possible, right? What I want you to do is I want you to identify honestly. Now, I'm saying honestly, you do it as honestly as you can, like knowing that the conscious mind will get in the way. Because remember, the nature of me being all about the subconscious and all of my work being surrounding that, it is just a fact, that what people say to me when they've got their eyes open and they're chatting away, even though I can I do put people into a deeper trance pretty much near enough as soon as we start. And I don't, you know what I mean? It's like I'm not even trying, I'm not needing it, it's my energy, it's the frequency that I hold. But yeah, it's like what people say consciously and then what people would say when they're in hypnosis. Sometimes it can be in alignment, a lot of the time it's not the same, right? So I want you to just really tune into consciously what is it, and what I mean by that, because again, not everybody always knows what these words mean, is what I mean is, where do you see yourself having a block around these areas, around self-love, compassion, liking yourself, loving yourself? Perhaps you'd maybe even go as far as to say that you've got self-hatred or something. I don't like use it. I really don't like the word hate, but it's a reality. Some people, that's where you're starting from, and if that's where you're starting from, you're more than welcome. And I'd very much be holding the strong intention that by the end of this, you're moving away from feeling like that. I hold space for miracles in this. And let's be honest, at this time on the planet, we need as many twin flames in self-union, which leads to the physical union. We need as many of them as possible. But what I want you to focus on this week is not about coming into physical twin flame union. It's about marrying, that doesn't usually come through like that, but yeah, marrying the inner masculine and feminine energies within yourself. So simply today, please just, whether you want to sort of journal it out or something, or meditate and ask, or however you do it, but just identify where you've got a block. That's all I want to do, and then we'll go on to the next prompt tomorrow. But tonight we're gonna do a live stream. I'm gonna break my own Monday. No, big active work stuff on a Monday apart from mediumship Monday. We're gonna do a live, okay? So I always say, oh, it's not going to be long because I'm going to do it every night, but they probably will still be a couple of hours each night, and I'm knackered by the end of the week. But that's what we're doing. So that's all you need to do today. And I'll see you tonight on the live if you can. You don't need to go to everything, but please just do these prompts and I'll try and keep these all about 10 minutes. I'm holding the intention, the group intention for all of us all week. And yeah, I'm excited.